Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to effortlessly serve looks while the rest of us are literally just asking ourselves, I wonder if these Crocs could actually fit with this vintage t shirt or not? Well, plot twist. It's really not just about taste, it's literally written in the stars. So today we're diving into one of the most asked but least explained astrology questions, which is which house rules fashion in astrology? And how can you use that to slay even harder than your ascendant sign may already be? If you're into astrology, self expression, or even just want to make your chart work for your closet, stay right here. We are about to decode what we like to call cosmic couture. Now, let's break it down. First things first, what even are houses in astrology? Now, your birth chart is a snapshot essentially at the precise moment that you were born. And this birth chart is divided into 12 houses, and each of these houses do represent a different area of your life, such as career, relationships, health, and yeah, self expression, which is directly tied to what we're about to speak today, which has to do with fashion. But here's the tea, when we're talking about fashion, right? So, self expression, aesthetic, your vibe, your aura, we're really looking at two key players, and those are the first and the second houses. Now, the first house, aka you could call it the house of self, and the second house is the house of value. And of course, you get bonus points for looking at the fifth house, which has to do with flair and creativity, and of course, Venus, which is the planet of beauty. Let's tackle the first house and everything that has to do with it. Now, the first house, as we mentioned, has to do with your signature style. Now, starting to chat about the first house, this is the bigger one. Now, the first house really represents your style signature in that it's your whole physical being, a physical appearance, your vibe, your aura, and really how onlookers or people from the outside first perceive you. Now, it's also home to your ascendant sign, or you could say your rising sign, which really sets the tone to your entire chart. But guess what? It also sets the tone to your entire style. So think of your rising sign as your style aura. Now let's go through a couple of key examples to give you a better idea. If you're an Aries rising, you're likely going to be drawn to bold statements, sporty fits, and power colors such as red. You really give off that boss energy with just throwing on a leather jacket and giving off a stare. So if you're Taurus rising, you'll likely really be more into like your cozy aesthetic, really quality fabrics, neutral tones or color palettes. So you're really giving off more of that timeless aesthetic and style to yourself. So it's luxe but grounded, of course, being Taurus. If you're Gemini rising, you mix prints like a pro, love accessorizing, and somehow make chaos look totally coordinated. So your outfit literally will say, yes, I read your text and your mind. If you're trying to revamp your wardrobe and you don't know where to start, a great first step is to simply look at which is your rising sign and which planet rules it. And that will really give you what you need to know in terms of what should be your style vibe. And I've also created specific mini e-guides for all of you in mind with respect to every single rising sign that there is. And so you can just quickly grab your ebook with your matching rising sign, and I literally give you a whole breakdown of what your body shape proportions are and how should you best dress accordingly for your rising sign. I'll put a link down below in the description, of course, with all of those. Let's go ahead and tackle the second house, where style meets value. Now, this second house is so underrated when it comes to fashion conversations, I would say. However, it is major. So listen up. The second house shows how you relate to money, possessions, and what you even consider valuable or beautiful. It's tied to Taurus energy. So there is a link to aesthetics, to luxury, and yes, your wardrobe choices. This is the house that explains why you'll have some people which will literally save up for months to buy one iconic piece. And alternatively, you'll have those other people who will just constantly be thrifting every day and manage to pull out a look that literally slays, like you're on a red carpet. If your second house has heavy Libra or Taurus placements, or is even ruled by Venus, chances are you are just absolutely obsessed with clothes, with textures, and with curating an outfit with intention. So you're going to want your outfit, of course, to feel good, but also look even better. That'll be you. Yeah, the first house is really what you project from the outside eye. And the second house, as we've just discussed, that really is more about your inner fashion value system, if that makes any sense. Now, in this next part, we're going to be tackling the fifth house and the planet Venus and how all of that can affect your fashion. So, of course, if you tackle those and look at those even beyond the first and second houses, brownie points to you. Now, if we're talking about the fifth house, that has to do with your fashion flair. It's all to do with creativity, individuality, the way you really express yourself in your own unique way. This is the house of creativity, of performance, of playfulness, and of course, individuality. So, really, how you yourself are going to express yourself in a unique way that will stand out from the rest. So, people with strong fifth house placements, yeah, they're the ones who are going to wear that neon trench coat in July and somehow pull it off and make it look iconic. So their wardrobe performs. So if you're someone who expresses yourself through your fits and make your clothes like your art, and you're basically a walking, moving, breathing performance piece, you're going to want to check out your fifth house. And of course, Venus, which is the planet representing all things to do with beauty, art, and attraction. So, where Venus sits in your chart will tell you exactly how you like to beautify yourself. So, for example, if your Venus is in Leo, you give luxury, you give drama, you love gold accessories, you literally are the spotlight. If your Venus is in Pisces, you love soft, you love pastel core, dreamy, ethereal fits only for you. Venus in Capricorn, you'll love timeless, structured pieces, classy looks. You're basically wearing ambition. So if you want to know why you vibe with a certain color palette, a vibe or an aesthetic, just check your Venus placement and in which house it sits in. Let's look at putting this all together and how you can find your fashion style in your birth chart. So step number one, you're going to want to find out which is your rising sign, and that's your first house ruler style of presentation. Step two, look at the sign on your second house cusp. What do you value? Step number three, find your Venus plus house. That'll be your aesthetic blueprint. Step number four really is your brownie points area. You can just double check your fifth house to see whether fashion really is a way of life or if it's part of your career. So fashion isn't just about fabric. It's really a form of vibrational storytelling in a way. Your natal chart holds the codes to your personal style. It's not about what you wear so much, but rather how you wear it and why it feels totally you. So next time you're planning for a fit for an event, trying to pull off a given look or want to revamp your wardrobe, Don't just scroll Pinterest. Have a look at your natal chart, and you'll find everything you need to know for yourself right there. If you want to dive deeper and are ready for a full aesthetic astrology breakdown, hit that like, subscribe button, and turn on those notifications. It would mean a lot for me, and I'd have a better idea as to what you guys are interested in. But I will certainly be posting more as the weeks are coming, specifically on the topics as today with respect to fashion, with astrology. I'll also be adding in the description box a link to all of my e-guides, which I have specifically curated and created for all of you, which specify and really focus on your rising signs. So I've got all 12 rising signs there available, and that will really break down in a very clear and concise way, offering practical examples that can be applied on a daily basis, gain a better understanding on how to dress your body for your unique rising sign and your body type and proportions. So check it out, go have a look. I'll have it all linked down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very shortly. Bye, lovelies.